Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Bootleg Brethren. I'm your captain, and today we'll be taking a look at another bootleg figure that I own. Now, of course, the first thing I want to say is I have a brand new backdrop. Also that I have this lovely recording light too, so it would be easier for me to record videos. The only thing that hasn't changed right now is the reviewing station, but until then, we get to review this guy. Now, this is my oldest bootleg figure that I actually own. I got him back in 2004, and it's a bootleg Godzilla. I mean, everyone knows Godzilla, and those that don't know Godzilla, you should probably go and at least watch one movie. Please, just one. Enjoy yourself. But anyway, this guy here is probably my first. No. Forget probably. Is my first Godzilla figure ever. He has been with me everywhere. I mean, he's pretty much been my ultimate toy and my biggest friend. Speaking of big, look at the size of this guy. It barely fits on camera. I have to do this in order for him to fit in frame. And he's about 1.5 feet tall, and from tip of the tail to nose is about 2 feet, 3 feet? Maybe 2.5 feet, if we're being risky. Now, obviously, the sculpting on this figure is not the greatest. I mean, instead of withered skin, you get actual scales, which is really nice to the touch, but it's not Godzilla. You also get the paint job of lovely black and green mix, and then an ugly silver back with an ugly silver front. And then you also get these derpy eyes, these scarlet red eyes and the scarlet red nose, along with these crooked teeth and the jaw that's permanently stuck this direction. And I mean, it's not all bad, but one of the biggest problems I have is that his head comes off a little too easily, which kind of makes it easier for you to get up and close and personal with him. But putting the head back on is no big challenge. I mean, it's hard at first, but you tend to get used to it. And this guy, even though he's a bootleg, he actually comes with 6 points of articulation. 1 at the head, 1 at the shoulder, 1 at the leg, but it's limited, and 1 at the tail. And you can actually get a whole 360-degree view on the tail. Now, posability on this guy is not anything like NECA, but it's something. I mean, it looks great. It's a great toy, and I love this thing to death. And I guess that's all for my bootleg Godzilla friend. Now, normally I would end the video at 4 minutes, or 5 minutes, depending. But I think the review on that guy sort of took not as long as I was hoping. So how about I just pull out a random figure and review it right now? You know what? Actually, I'm gonna go do that right now. So I guess this is a double review. So here I have a Dollar Tree item yet again. I know I'm pretty much getting all of my figures from the Dollar Tree. Can you blame me? They've got all sorts of cool stuff there that I could just completely review over and over and over again, and it really wouldn't matter to me. Plus, I'm saving the really big one for another video. But this guy is another 3+ robot. Now, you remember my original 3+ robot video, right? You know, my very first YouTube video. But really, I can't blame these guys for trying. I mean, they try so hard, and I guess it's worth it. Until you get to these guys, and they're sort of their robots are kind of out the window. I mean, all this guy is he's just charcoal black with irritated skin red and friggin' mustard yellow. Some really, really nasty colors to be on a robot. Plus the fact that he snaps even though that he snaps apart, it's really easy for him just to snap apart. Although I must give the box credit for trying something new. I mean, it says so on the package. Snaps apart. Posable. But, oh, did I just lose? But in reality, they're right. He does snap apart really easy. And what I'm supposed to do with these guys is I'm supposed to buy more of these guys so I can just take parts of them and put them back on. And I really can't understand this. Although what's really cool is that it's sort of got this Megatron style head and this really cool looking weapon. I also like the fact that his hands are blocks and his pistol gun thing is on a block peg as well. So it sort of saves me the hassle of just fiddling with a wiggly thing. But this thing's already fiddly enough. And because it's fiddly, it kind of ruins its posability due to its own weight. Although with a bit of playing around with this guy, I did find something funny that you could do with this. So I guess we get to use the review station yet again. Cue that snappy music. And I guess that's kind of it. I mean, all you can do is just take bits of him and take them off and stick them anywhere else, but it still doesn't look that great. I mean, also something I noticed while I was doing that is that he's designed to have that little plastic strip for those LR44 battery chooky things. Not coochie. God. Chooky things. One of those little chooky things. And he also has supposed to have sound things, so that makes me think that it is actually based off of a real toy. Although something I do have to say about this guy is I don't want him. That's right, commenters. It's that time. Since that I really don't want this guy, except for maybe one arm, the weapon, and the head, you all get to choose how this guy gets destroyed. And now we have finally reached the end of our video. Thank you all so much for joining me on this episode of the Bootleg Brethren. And commenters, please comment down below on how I should destroy this robot dude here. I will shout you out in the video, and I will destroy it per your demand. But I won't do it unless you give me a reason to and a way to do it. Thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of Bootleg Brethren. And I will see you all in the next episode.